There's a couple of sneaky beakers coming up behind me, guys. We'll see if they've got anything to say. So yes, we are expose and educate. Those police officers that we spoke to earlier, obviously educated on the situation, had to ask, respected my right not to tell him who I was. So we'll give it a little while. We're coming up to 1:30, so shift change at 2 with a bit of luck, and we might see some more interaction and stuff. So then we might check out the building next door. We'll see what it is. So. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, you okay?
Hi. I'm very good, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, good.
Thank you.
Before we go any further, could you please identify yourself?
My name's PC Flowers.
And your number
See
is...
my collar number,
Right, I'm going to ask you a
2245.
question about that in a second, so bear with me. And you are, sir?
PC Tremlin, 295.
Lovely, thank you.
Alright.
Can I ask you a question before you start asking me anything?
Yeah?
Why is it that when a lot of police officers are asked to identify themselves, we always do the 1970s dip of the shoulder?
Just because we wear a collar number on our shoulder.
Is it so unusual to be asked and just not say I am PC whatever 4444?
To be honest, most of the time we address ourselves as our surname anyway, rather than our collar number. So it makes us more human, rather than just be a number.
Excuse me, that's a very good point. I like that actually, because obviously what a lot of people when they're filming, police officers come up, they'll be very polite and friendly as you have, but it can deteriorate very, very quickly. And the ones that say, well, there's my number, you don't need my name and all that, it really is causing a gap between the public and the police.
Yeah, I totally agree with you.
We don't want that, do we?
No.
You know, as a country, we need to make sure that we're supporting you guys and that you feel safe in what you're doing, as much as you possibly can. So, anyway, you want to ask me something?
Yeah, all it was, we were basically just asking what you're up to today, sir. I see you filming.
filming.
Yeah, I see that,
Heard about this place. Wanted to come and have a look. It's massive, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is massive, and in fact this price services is interesting. I've been up in Gloucester doing a little bit of Christmas shopping, went to the police station. There's only one guy on the desk, and he said come here.
Oh, okay.
So this is why I'm here. It's a public interest story.
Okay, yeah.
There's a lot of people, you probably gather, that people can't get out of the house sometimes. They like to watch things online. YouTube's, I don't know if you watch YouTube at all. You always get that screen down the side. You click on it, before you know it, you spend 4 hours looking at rubbish.
Into the depths of YouTube,
So people that can't get out, disabled people especially, they like to see the police, they like to see the interaction. There's a community of people that do this, and we can get treated quite badly at times. You know, police officers are really happy to throw Section 1, Section 50, Section 43 at people. We like to say back to them, how about Section 28? Now I understand you might not know all the sections, so I'm not going to put you on the spot. But it's all about sometimes, all they want to do is find out who we are.
Yeah, we just want to know.
Exactly what we are.
And as you know, we've got the right to respectfully decline our name, date of birth and all the rest.
And you can film in a public place, there's not... We're literally just here to have a chat,
of course,
see how you are.
And this is what we welcome, because I'm finding out, I went to Stroud a couple of weeks back, I'm finding out that Gloucestershire police seem to be very, very respectful, very good at what you do. We respect our right to film in public and to film things from publicly accessible areas. And that's what we're here to prove. You know, some people would like to clickbait you or just wind you up and get you to maybe step outside your realms of professional courtesy and stuff. I'm not one of those people. I love a nice interaction. And I know it makes you guys feel better. And I know you'll always have concerns. Like I said to the plainclothes gentleman earlier, that's fine. I welcome that interaction.
Yeah. You obviously understand to do with the government threat levels and the like, and obviously we've got to make sure if people are coming and watching the police station that it's a bit like, I suppose, a bit like train spotting. If you want to watch a particular emergency vehicle, or like in that circumstance, as you say, that there is no harm in doing that. It's in a public place.
I totally understand the threat level from terrorist activity and stuff. You know, we had the bombing up in Manchester, didn't we?
Yeah.
Do you happen to know the date the last attack on a police station was in this country? And when I say this country, I'm excluding Northern Ireland.
I couldn't say off the top of my head, but the thing is, we wouldn't want to take that risk, which is why we come and have a chat with you.
And do you know what? One of the reasons that it doesn't happen is because there's cameras everywhere for your safety, for our safety. You know, probably me driving here, it's probably past, I don't know, 200 cameras of different ones. I understand it. I don't understand, and I'm not suggesting this of you guys, I don't understand police paranoia about that sometimes.
I think it's probably more to do with obviously wanting to protect,
of course, your colleagues and the building.
estates, our colleagues. Yeah, and it's more to do with that.
But your biggest threat from terrorism, I would suggest respectfully, is shopping centres, stadiums. You know, I go and watch live football, and I am always watching for my safety. You know, once the game starts, I can concentrate. But you know, tubes, buses, it's happened in the past. They're the areas of concern.
The thing are, these are classed as public buildings, so they are targets as well, which is
definitely.
the reason why we have to be alert to the position that we are now.
And we would want you to be so.
Which is exactly why we're here having a chat with you.
Exactly.
Let's just say, you know, you're not doing anything wrong at the minute. We're just coming to have a chat, make sure everything's okay.
Yeah.
If we're satisfied, then we'll leave you as you are. The only thing I would ask, out of politeness,
Can I just stop you for a second?
Yep.
And just bear with me, I'm not being rude, honestly. Guys, the classic is just about to happen. I'm going to get something told to me for my safety or something.
No.
And I'm not being rude when I say that, it's just the guys, they always comment in the comments. They call it cops-plaining. I think you're just looking out for me, so please carry on.
No, actually the only thing I was going to ask, just out of politeness for my colleagues and staff obviously working for Gloucestershire Police, is just to not film people's personal number plates if that can be helped, because obviously we don't want that to get on the internet. Obviously police vehicles, that's accessible, anybody in the public can see that, and I totally understand the interest, just like with any other interest, that people are interested in emergency vehicles, and there is nothing wrong.
Would you like my response to that?
If you'd like to give a response.
I'm not interested in private vehicles. I'm also not interested in unmarked police cars that might be doing really undercover stuff. I'm not here to out anybody doing that. If you're wearing a uniform and you're driving a marked car, or if it's a fire engine or an ambulance, that's my interest.
Yeah, I totally understand.
If I scan and I catch anything, when I edit my film, and I do edit it because people don't want to see loads of boring space, I tend to just put a little cover over the number plate. Because I understand, I'm going to call it a paranoia. There's a paranoia about personal number plates with the police. My answer to that would be, if you're a good Bobby, and you two come across like that, I can't imagine anybody that you deal with would want to come and cause you any harm. Now, I'm also aware that there's some people out there that will just target the police.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's not what we're here for today. We know there's a lot of personal cars come in and out. There is a suggestion going out there that when they build places like this, do a separate car parking space for private vehicles. Because this is on the increase. You're going to get more and more people.
I've seen it on YouTube anyway.
Yeah.
Sometimes when you flick through YouTube, people, you know, filming emergency services vehicles as they're pulling out of the police station.
Yes.
I totally understand the interest, and you know, we were here just to be very polite. I've got no concerns, so I'm happy to leave you as you are. The only thing I would say is don't be surprised if someone else comes out or says something.
That's fine.
It's
and like
just a
I've
natural
said,
reaction from
I
us.
like the interaction. I want you to feel safe with me doing what I'm doing. I know you've got to ask the questions, otherwise you wouldn't be doing your job. You know, there are people out there doing this that would be trying to pull your chains.
Yeah, I've seen those as well.
Not really my cup of tea. You know, you could quite easily turn around to me and say, Section 43, we're going to search it, that's fine, search me. But it's the way that they do it. Because you know Section 43 is you know,
politeness is what we want.
Exactly. And I'm getting that from Gloucestershire. The other guy who stopped me, very professional, you've been very professional. And if we can put this up on YouTube as an example of a platform, and people can see good police, this is what the public want. Yes, the bad police get higher clicks, but most people want to see good police officers. Yeah,
because
doing their job.
Generally, it's a reflection of the consummer. I think
exactly.
Most of us are. Unfortunately, with any walk of life, you get some bad examples, and then you get more good examples, but it does a lot of damage, and it takes a lot to repair that damage.
Yeah, because it's like the newspapers, you know, bad news stories sell. Good stories nobody bothers doing. You know. Can I ask you a couple of questions then, as you're being very friendly and professional?
Yeah, go ahead.
And I understand.
Whether I can answer them or not is another question.
I was going to say, I understand that you might not want to answer, but I do believe you are allowed to answer. Police corruption in Gloucestershire. Would you say it's a problem, a small problem, or have you not witnessed any of it at all?
I personally haven't.
No, that's great.
No, on hand on heart, I haven't.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
That's what I want to hear.
Yeah.
I was to say, I can't really comment either, not through my line of work with what I've done. Obviously, there is a specific body within the police
Yes.
that would be more informed, and generally we don't get informed, obviously.
Yeah. I'll tell you one of the reasons I'm asking. Thames Valley Police tend to release any, what do I call it when you sit before a panel for, got out my head.
Before it goes into public domain, do you mean?
Before it goes into public domain, there's a hearing, isn't there? Police officers are asked to answer. There was one in the Thames Valley who was working on the sick as a tree surgeon. He's been, well, he wasn't dismissed from the force because he actually resigned, but he would have been. The only thing I can find down this way, there was a guy filming in the showers. Bit of a silly story. Said he put his phone down.
Oh right, yeah.
Went to, I think it was a disciplinary board or something. He was found not guilty. But I can't find anything down here. And if you want to attend anything down this way, you've got to put all your details in.
Oh, a bit like
on
a public
the website.
hearing in a court.
Yes.
To sit in the public gallery,
which
kind
is
of thing.
like trying to find out who everybody is before you go in.
Yeah.
Which is a bit strange for anonymity for people, you know.
The other thing I could suggest, if you do like filming police cars, there's nothing wrong with, if you contacted the constabulary, I'm sure with the press office, that they'd allow you, they might even be able to arrange for something where you have a ride along with the police.
Well, do you know what, I've seen that that's available, and I will be requesting that probably in the better days when the sun's shining and it's a little bit warmer.
Or perhaps not the COVID situation either.
And definitely not the COVID. Let's hope we can get that put to bed. But that would be something I'd be interested in, and I'd like to do that. Thames Valley, because they've not got a good reputation, Thames Valley Police.
And you can see what it's like when you come with us in the car, because it's not all as it is on the telly. Unfortunately, there is a lot of paperwork and things behind the scenes.
Oh yes, not interested in that.
No, that's not the interesting thing. Unfortunately, so much with the profession. But definitely, if you're interested in police cars, you know, and we have open days as well, obviously.
Yeah, well, I've spoken to police
which are here.
And fire service at events out and about all over the country.
Yeah.
So that's the sort of interaction, because they're normally in a better mood, a little bit more relaxed about stuff, you know. And it was just that really. Can I ask you both respectfully, how long have you been in?
I've been in for just over 12 years.
Have you? Excellent.
Yeah.
This is going to be a span in the works. I've been in for 7 months.
7 months, excellent.
Yeah.
Well, I've got to say then that you're starting out the right way.
Yeah, good. That's good to hear.
So please keep doing that, because honestly, I'll ask you another question. What is your worst enemy out on the streets, or even in the police station? And it's not a trick question.
I'd say police perception.
Police protection.
Perception.
Oh, perception, sorry.
So, as an example you used, if you've had a bad experience with the police, unfortunately sometimes that can make it very difficult when you come to interact with that person again.
Yes.
So if you can interact with somebody and leave a good experience, hopefully it makes them more trusting, you know, all the other stuff that we talk about.
You have just hit the nail on the head.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And understand we're here to help, we're not...
Yeah. I mean, I'm a football fan. I've been to football where sometimes the police are always sort of poised and ready, and as an innocent, you know, fan walking by, sometimes you can be shoulder barged and treated quite badly just for being a football fan, you know. So yeah, I exactly understand what you mean. You know, the way you interact with us is how we will interact with you in the future.
Yeah.
So I wish you a really long career, sir. I hope you're safe every day. You're going to come across some not pleasant situations. Don't let it taint you.
No.
You know, please don't. You've probably seen a video on YouTube about High Wycombe, where somebody was filming the cars, Basically, he was told, give me some ID or you can F off. Next thing, he was on the deck and the police officer was being quite brutal with him. That's going through professional standards. It might have been done by now, actually. We don't want that, do we? You know,
No.
because that way, when you leave work, you're going home with a clear conscience that you've done a good day's work and you've not upset anybody. You will upset people, don't get me wrong. You know, nobody wants to be arrested even if they've done something wrong.
No.
But if you've always... Oh, let me just catch this one, sorry. I'd love to know why they went away from red vehicles.
I don't know, we don't get too involved obviously with the vehicles.
Worst colour car on the road, especially at dusk.
For spotting.
Yeah, terrible. But yeah, so where were we? You were saying what a wonderful career you're going to have.
Yep.
You're having a wonderful career.
Hopefully it'll continue.
One more question for you. I'm not
Yes.
going to ask you because you're only in 7
Yeah,
months.
no problem.
Although I might be. Have you ever had any disciplinary procedures against you or any complaints against you?
Not as far as I'm aware of.
That is what we want to hear. Brilliant.
I think it's all down to your attitude, as you
Yeah,
say.
yeah.
And at the end of the day, we're not here to judge people. You've got to treat people how
Yes.
you would
Yeah,
expect
definitely.
to treat people with respect.
Last question before I let you go, because you might be needed for something. Do you carry hand sanitizer?
Yes, I do.
You do? In that case, can I shake your hand?
Obviously, our gloves, yes.
Yeah. I wish you well. Thank you for being professional. People would, in my opinion, people would rather watch professional police officers than the bad guys, even though there's a small section that will love to see, you know, somebody like me bent up, putting need and then threatening all this, you know, I'm going to sue you business. So thank you very much. Unless you've got any other questions.
Well, you've been very polite.
Well, I was brought up
No
properly,
reason
you know.
to be. No.
I mean, I called you sir earlier on. Some people slag me off for that, saying I'm giving you more power than you deserve. I think that's respectful because you've been respecting me. I'm actually not sure in this current climate
Like calling people.
how we address a female police officer.
It's normally just officer.
Because you're a constable.
Yeah.
Because I've seen a couple of videos where you've been called policewoman and they've taken
Or
offence.
WPC.
WPC, yeah.
Technically, that rank
Yes.
doesn't.
Yeah.
Because we're obviously we're all police constables.
Yeah.
Yes.
Brilliant. Excellent. Well, I'm going to hang around for a bit more.
Well, nice to meet you anyway.
And you, yes.
Hope you enjoy the rest of your day.
I'm not going to stay much
Not sure
longer.
how successful how many emergency vehicles come through this way.
Well,
but
I've noticed for such a big place, it's quite quiet, which is a good thing. I am going to try and find out if there's a depot for the motorway vehicles.
I'm not sure. I'm
Do
afraid.
they come out of here, or
I don't think so.
because they're normally the busiest, especially this time of year?
From experience, not police. Most are situated, yes, by the motorway.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure of the nearest here.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, guys. Well, if you're happy,
Okay.
wish you
enjoy
well.
the
Have a
rest
good
of your
day.
then.
Stay safe.
Okay.
Bye. Cheers now. Ah, there we are, guys. Comments in the comments section. I'm sure some of you will think I've done something wrong. I've got to say, Gloucestershire Police certainly seem to be a very respectful force. So for now, I'm going to drop it there. We'll wait and see if anything else comes up. Drop it there, guys. Catch you in a bit. Just picking it up for a second, guys. It's 10 to 2, so we might see a little bit of action. There's one of our friends just leaving the place. Didn't look too concerned, obviously. I'm going to keep it running for a little bit. We might see some more comings and goings. So yeah, I've got to say, pleasantly surprised at the interactions. The first guy that approached me, very respectful. Young lady that was with him, once she spoke, identified herself straight away. And then the two uniformed officers that came, very, very respectful. One guy been in the job 7 months. I wish him well for a future. I hope he always respects what he's been taught and respects people like he did today. And 12 years for the female. Obviously very professional, which really does show you that the leadership in in Gloucestershire is of the utmost professional standards. That said, we'll keep rolling because you never know what will happen. As I said, coming up to 2 o'clock, shift change time. So, see if there's any more interactions, people coming or going. I hope the noise isn't too bad from the traffic, guys. It's a very, very busy industrial estate, and in fact, having had a look around, I think hopefully tomorrow we might even spend some time wandering around some of the properties and seeing how the folks in private business like the camera pointing at them. Obviously there's a few people out there that film industrial estates and businesses, and they get some quite different reactions. The private land situation always seems to pop up and rear its ugly head. But as we are expose and educate, they're the people we want to educate to the fact. I've no expected right to privacy in a public place. If you're on your own land and you approach a camera, you know, you will get filmed. And as other people have said, you know, film everything you do, guys, because it's for your protection as much as anything. Things can change in a flash. You know, a perfectly innocent situation can suddenly become something that infringes on your rights or the way you're treated by people. So yeah, always keep a phone or a camera or something handy. We need to hold people to account at all times. As we said, please click like, please click share, but most importantly of all, please click the subscribe button. There's a statistic going around that people that watch different people's YouTube channels, 80% don't bother subscribing. So just remind you guys, it's free to subscribe. If you hit the little ding dong bell, you will always get notified when we put on a new video. So we appreciate all the subscribers that are already with us. Thank you for that, and hope you enjoy what we're trying to do. Any comments in the comments box, guys, we'll do our best to reply. Negative comments are just as welcome as positive comments, because, you know, we all need to learn. I was once told if you don't learn something new every single day, there's something wrong. So yeah, by all means, negative comments. Just remember to be polite, respectful, and we'll try and take things on board to give you a better experience. Good start to the shift for those guys. They really don't know how to drive those vans. Camera van. Probably been out doing speeding, raising the revenue. Oh, filthy number plate. Yeah, obviously somebody's a bit concerned. 2 cars coming out, so very, very chatty.
Hello, you alright?
Very good, yourself?
Yeah, no, I was just wondering what was going on. Just what you're filming, that was all.
Yourself at the moment?
Fair enough.
Yeah, just trying to get some vehicles in and out, hopefully with blues and twos, but you know, that sort of stuff. Have a good day, stay safe. Well guys, we're going to give it a rest from here. Seems that communication's gone about and a lot of them seem to be coming in and out of another gateway, so we're going to wander down there, see if we can see anything and get a final few pictures of the main part of the station. The front entrance, guys, little reception desk, a couple of people working on there, people coming and going, nothing too interesting to see. So I think we'll head on away. So everything went really quiet there, guys, so we brought the video to an end. There is a bonus video that I'm going to put up shortly where we found a dog unit tucked away on the industrial estate. So have a look out for that one when it's uploaded. Don't forget, guys, if you like what we're trying to do, please click like, click the share button, and of course, if you feel inclined, hit subscribe. Catch you on the next one.